in Active Directory, users are constantly accessing a lot of services. So when they are accessing these services, some form of authentication is required, and this form of authentication cannot be using passwords again and again. It can be proved to be dangerous. So what can be done? We need some form of passwordless authentication. So here comes Kerberos Authentication. Now, Active Directory, in Active Directory, uh, the KDC is running on domain controller. So what is KDC? KDC is uh, key distribution center. It has two logical services: authentication server and ticket granting server. So authentication server is used for initial authentication of the users, and ticket granting server is used to provide service tickets which will be used to access the services hosted on application server. So first, client sends out a ASREC or authentication server request. Now the authentication server validates the user, and then once the validation is done, we get back an authentication server response or ASREP. So what does this ASREP contain? It has quite a few things, but two of those are ticket granting ticket and session key. So ticket granting ticket is encrypted using the secret key of the ticket granting server. So what is a secret key? Secret key is basically the hash of the password of a service. Okay, so if I say the secret key of TGS, it is going to be the hash of the password of TGS. Okay, and if I say it is client's secret key, it is going to be the password converted into hash, and that is the client secret key. Yeah. So now the TGT is encrypted using the TGS secret key, and the session key is encrypted using the client's secret key. So client obviously cannot decrypt the TGT because it is encrypted using the TGS secret key. So it decrypts the session key using its own secret key, and once it gets that session key, and it also has the TGT, now client creates an authenticator, and this authenticator is nothing but data like timestamp or principal client, etc. These are encrypted using the session key which we got from authentication server. Okay, now uh, the authenticator which is created from the client is encrypted using the session key which we decrypted, and that same session key is also inside the TGT, ticket granting ticket, which we also got in the ASREP, authentication server response. Now the authenticator and the TGT are sent to ticket granting server in TGS request, ticket granting server request. Now we are requesting for the service ticket to access the service which we want to use. Now once the TGS gets the TGT and the authenticator, first TGT is decrypted using the ticket granting server's secret key. Now once it decrypts the TGT, inside TGT I mentioned it has session key. Now that session key is used to decrypt the authenticator. Now after this process is done, it sends back the TGS reply or ticket granting server reply. Now TGS reply has the service ticket, and also the along with the service ticket it sends service session key. Now session key was sent by authentication server. Now service session key is sent by ticket granting server. Okay, so next, the service ticket which ticket granting server sent is encrypted using the secret key of the service, and the service session key is encrypted using the service no session key which was sent from the authentication server. So again, I'll say this again, TGS reply has service ticket and service session key. Now, service ticket is encrypted using the secret key of the service, and the service session key is encrypted using the session key which we got from the authentication server. I know this is confusing, but if you keep on trying to understand this again and again, you will eventually get it down in your head. So now, once the client gets the service ticket and the service session key, the service session key is decrypted using the session key which we had already gotten from the authentication server. Now, to access the service which we want, we send out an application server request. So this contains the service ticket which we got from TGS and also an authenticator. Now, another authenticator is created from the client, and this authenticator is encrypted with the service session key which we got from TGS. So once the application server gets the service ticket, it first decrypts the service ticket using the service secret key. Now, once the service ticket is decrypted using the service's secret key, the service ticket also contains the service session key inside of it. Now, that is used to decrypt the authenticator which we sent to the service, because that authenticator was encrypted using the service session key. So now, after the authenticator is also decrypted and service ticket is also decrypted, we get back the response to from the application server saying that yes, I am the server that you are looking for. Now, I know this was very confusing. Yeah, even I had to look into it like many times again and again, and then I was able to get a deeper understanding of this. Now, I will make sure I get out some other videos on YouTube regarding the in-depth explanation of Kerberos, but for now, this will be the basic explanation regarding the Kerberos authentication. So, to summarize this entire thing, first the client sends out a request, and then validation is done regarding that client, and then we get back a response, and that response has TGT and the session key. So TGT is encrypted using the TGS secret key, and the session key is encrypted using the client's secret key. So now here the decryption of the session key is done, and then authenticator is created. So that authenticator is encrypted using the session key, and the TGT and the authenticator are sent inside the TGS request. And once the TGS receives that TGS request, it first decrypts the ticket granting ticket, and after decrypting it, it gets the session key which is inside of TGT, and then it decrypts the authenticator. And once this is done, we get back the TGS reply, and this TGS reply has service ticket and service session key. Now, again, the service ticket is encrypted using the secret key of the service, and the service session key is encrypted using the session key which we got from the authentication server. And then once the client gets the service ticket and the service session key, now the service session key is decrypted using the session key, and then authenticator is made, and that authenticator is encrypted using the service session key which we got from decrypting it, and then that authenticator which is created again in the client and the service ticket which we got from TGS is sent to the application server in the application request, where again the service ticket is decrypted using the service secret key. And once that service ticket is decrypted, the service session key which was inside of that service ticket is used to decrypt the authenticator which was also sent along with the service ticket to the application server. Once the authenticator is also decrypted, next we get back the application response. So this was my first video. That is it for this one. I hope I did a pretty good job, and I will be coming up with deeper in-depth explanation for Kerberos authentication. So just stay tuned.